Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Non-Classic. This is episode number 2965 and Doubleshot 2859. I have two DC trades that loosely involve, like, one character. Yep, and that character being Rip Hunter! Yep, this is basically Showcase presents Rip Hunter Time Master, Volume 1. Of one, because they only published one of these volumes, and it does not collect the whole series. Nope, it does not. For those of you curious, how long was the Rip Hunter Time Master series? 29 issues. This book collects only the first 15 issues series, but it also collects Showcase 20, 21, 25, and 26. Those of you curious, what's going on, what happened with 20 to 24? Well, there's a very good historical reason why those issues are not in here. Because they feature Rip Hunter. Why? Because it featured the debut of the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. That was simply the reason for it. Yep. And by the way, he got replaced right after these four issues with, after his return, after a couple of issues, he got replaced with Sea Devils for a few issues. I'm going to read Sea Devils at some point. I've not actually read a lot of Sea Devils. I know of them. So, Rip Hunter Time Master. Now the writing duties of this book is mostly done by Jack Miller. He does pretty much the Showcase issues, and I think he does pretty much all the Rip Hunter issues. Yes, you would think it's bizarre as this series. You probably think, oh, did Jack Kerr write this book? No, he wrote nothing in here. Kind of there's a reason why he didn't do any artwork in here. And I do have a theory of why. Why didn't Jack Kirby ever do anything with Rip Hunter? Well, simple reason why: he was working at Marvel at the time. But this basically would be his warehouse. But your artists mostly are these people: Rue Manera, Mike Sawatsky, Joe Kubert. Excuse me. No, Joe Kubert was on he did 25 and 26. He did a lot of the cover artwork. Yes, he did. Mike Sawatsky did. Rue McCarr just did issue 20. Mike Sawatsky did 21. The Rip Hunter Time Master series was mostly done by, for the first 3 issues, the artwork was done by Russ Aldrew. Issue 4, it was Nick Candy who ended up doing it, the artwork, for 2 issues. He did 4 and 5. They have Alex Toth, who just did issue 6 and 7. 8 through 15 was William Ella. Yeah. And here are your titles. I love doing these things when it comes to Silver Age and for war and sci-fi stuff. These are your titles for your stories. Prisoners of 1 billion BC, the modern-day caveman, the Great Peace Stampede, Secret of the Lost Continent, the Forbidden Island, the Doomed Continent, Captives of the Medieval Sorcerer. This is basically them going back to the dark, I think it was like medieval times in England. Valley of Monsters, the Sorcerer's Siege, Aliens from 2000 BC. Yet this story involved them going back in time to Egypt, encountering ancient aliens. Escape from Doom Village, War of the Gods. No, not 90s one. It's a different story. Completely related. The 1,000-Year Curse. By the way, those first few stories named, those from Showcase 20, 21, 25, 26. The rest of the Rip Hunter Time Master series. Secrets of the Volcano Creature, Wizard of 10th Century, Aliens from 500, Alien Beast 500 BC, Battle of the Alien Beast, Rip Hunter's Last Stand. He would apparently have not really. The Throne of Doom, the Duke with Creature Powers, the Battle of Wars. Throne of Doom, this actually was a story where one of Rip Hunter's friends who were trying to travel with him basically posed as king for a day. Who actually found out and tried to kill him with a alien squid, with the robot squid. The Birdman of 2000 BC, the Ancient Air Raid, the Avenging God of Gilgamesh, the Secret of Sexton Trader, the Creature of Doom Valley, the Ancients versus the Aliens, the Secret of the Ancient Seer, the Doom City, Menace of the Meteorite, The Lost Wanderers in Time, The Last Dinosaur, The Green Death, The Thieves Who Stole a Genie, The Battle of the Genies, Attack of the Osmoneus, The Alien King of 1000 BC, The Adventure of the Planet Zark. Yes, one of the rare times they actually go back in time for Earth's past, they went to Alien Planet. One-Man Alien Army, The Execution Rip Hunter, Bonnie, the Queen of Palmyra, Hail the Conquering Creature, The Secret of Mount Olympus, Dead and Calypso Island, The Invasion of Olympus. Yeah, this involves Greek gods. The 2200-year-old Doom, The Impossible Beast of 1 million BC, Earth's Last Chance, The Menace of the Mongol Magician, The Hijacked Time Spear, The Mongol Ambush, The Captive Time Travelers, The Future Fugitive, The Prisoners of Time, The Earthlings of 5 million BC, The Experimental Creatures, The Day the Earth Died. Yes, it's also the name of an action movie. But a lot of this is basically going Egypt, Atlantis. They go all over the place. But this is a lot of fun stories. If you're a fan of classic sci-fi, check this book out. Those of you curious, though, about now, yes, there is the DC Finest stuff that have been released. Or at least some books are released. Now, the obvious question is, by the way, I give this book a 10 out of 10. It's really good. Can you find these stories collected in DC Finest? I'm looking right now. Let's see. I know a lot of these ones were collecting stuff we collected before. Yes. I think the first one released was like, I think it was like Batman Year 1 2, Superman Golden Age, Just Like America, Bridge to Earths. I know next year we're releasing Peacemaker stuff. Yes, definitely. Which I'm still looking forward to that. Even some Plastic Man here. Okay, here we go. They do have one science fiction with just Gorilla World stuff. There's not collective stuff here. I kind of wish it would, but it doesn't, sadly. Do I think that Rip Hunter should get released as part of this line? Oh, heck yes. Definitely. It's excellent stuff here. Fan of classic sci-fi stuff. Old school sci-fi, mind you. Alright, this up. Now, this one technically is loosely involved here. This is right after the events of Batman Bruce Wayne, Return of Bruce Wayne. This is The Road Home. These are a series of one-shots spread across the Bat books. And these are basically for the following people. By the way, the art writing here is on my famous season. Michael Burr, Brian Q. Miller, who does the Batgirl one-shots, Derek Frost, Adam Beach, and Mark Andrigo. Art by Cliff Richards, Roman Beach, John Lucas, Javier Sutter, Rebecca Buchman, Waldo Wong, Perry Perez, Pierre Nugan, Ryan Wen, Seisman Karuska, Augustine Padilla, Scott McDaniel, and Andy Owens. Yep. So these are your one-shots for these following people. Batman and Robin, Red Robin, The Outsiders, Batgirl, Catwoman, Commissioner Gordon, Oracle, and, believe it or not, Ra's al Ghul. Now, Brian Keeler does the Batgirl one-shot, obviously, but the first one here is Batman and Robin. Yeah, it's Batman and Robin. This is about famous season, which I don't think he was the writer of this book. I don't think he was at the time. Mostly put, it's just Batman and Robin doing, like, being as a criminal. We see Bruce Wayne just in the background, just teasing stuff. Basically, he's there to witness this stuff. It's him basically wearing a costume and him revealing that he's back. Well, kind of back in action. Oh yeah, there's also this thing here where it looks like Batman's kissing Vicky Vale. Oh, it's not Batman. It's actually Thomas Elliot, who is posing as Bruce Wayne. Now, the thing is, at the time this came out, from what I could tell, I was reading a little bit at the time this was coming out. Batman and Robin at the time was Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne. They didn't know that this Bruce Wayne was not Bruce Wayne. It was actually Thomas Elliot. Thanks to plastic surgery. Yep. So, mostly put, it ties in a little bit more with what was going on in the pages of Streets of Gotham than it was Batman and Robin. And of course, eventually, oh yeah, he's actually Bruce. And it leads into the Red Robin one-shot. This one was my favorite season, which he was also the writer of the Red Robin book at the time. Yes, he took over after Chris. I think he was the original writer of the book for Chris Yost basically did the book. Actually, Chris Yost did it originally, and then maybe see the rest of the book. Mostly put it just Batman helping out Red Robin in the case. And mostly put basically just Bruce wearing his costume helping out with various different cases. And then the story simply ends, and of course, next comes like first thing end with appearance by Red Robin of his one shot. This one ends with appearance by Roz. Anything else next one on here? Nope. Next is The Outsiders. This is done by Mike W. Barr, which, okay, he was not the writer of the book at the time, but him writing this issue makes total sense. I believe this was the first time he wrote Outsiders one shot. I think the last time he did was wrote a Katana one shot for the Five of a Kind story. I think this was his most recent time. And this will be the last time he would write Katana until the Katana feature from Suicide Squad Most Wanted. It's mostly put the Outsiders' reaction to basically Bruce being back. So, by the way, the Outsiders in this book are basically Katana, Geoforce, Halo, and Looker. Basically, a lot of the classic Outsiders, even the Creepers here too. Which, yeah, I love the fact that they featured some of the classic Outsiders here. Surprisingly, no Black Lightning. So yeah, Batman helps out. Bruce helps out with the Outsiders with this particular thing here. And then move on to Batgirl one-shot, which is obviously by Brian K. Miller. And those who might be asking, was this one-shot collected in the Batgirl Stephanie Brown trades? I think it was. Yes, it's mostly put basically Stephanie's reaction to Bruce being back. Next up is Catwoman. And this is written by Derek Fodorfs. Now, those who might be asking, did Catwoman have an ongoing series at the time this one-shot came out? She was probably the one who did not. Nope, because her ongoing series ended the year prior. And the reason I heard, I think was because of low sales. Yes, for some reason, despite the Teen Titans and Supergirl managed to survive, the whole thing tied to Ambulance Attack, Catwoman ended like not long after the Ambulance Attack, so it was like pretty much like almost immediately. So mostly put, it's basically have her. It's almost like basically this is my ass opinion. This is probably supposed to be a Gotham Sirens one shot, but they changed the Catwoman probably because basically we're closest to Bruce. That's probably the reason for it. Ivy's here. This feels like a standard Catwoman issue, just have a feature. Oh yeah, and Harley's here too. Which begs the question: why couldn't they call this Gotham City Sirens? Why did they call it Catwoman for? And here's the thing. They had the series publishing this point in time. Basically, it was team up between these three lovely ladies. And I appreciate it basically, yeah, Bruce basically, well, those of you curious, does he tell her by the end of the one shot that he actually is back? She figures it out, no problem. He does not take off his mask. And next up is Commissioner Gordon. This was surprising because Commissioner Gordon has had a couple miniseries over the years, never a one shot. I would say the closest he's had an ongoing series was James Hammond's Joker, because it's more focused on him than Joker. Adam Beechy is an interesting choice, given the fact that he technically has never written Commissioner Gordon before out of this, and he hasn't written since then. And he's writing with Seisman Kurowski. My guess is it's because they have them listed here as, well, storytellers. My guess is because there probably is some people, even at this point, probably don't trust Adam Beechy at all. Even though it's been a few years, he probably still has never gained the trust of his readers because the Robin wants the storyline. This is basically... Now, of course, this is Commissioner Gordon with the Penguin here. I love the artwork in this issue. And do I want this artwork back in some Bad books? Oh, yes, definitely. It just basically Commissioner Gordon himself dealing with these various criminals, and Bruce in his other suit, which is not a Batman suit. And then the next one's all about Oracle. Now, Oracle did have one miniseries prior to this one, published a year prior. That was published as a follow-up to Birds of Prey, published between the conclusion of the first volume and before the start of the second volume for the series. Yep. And that's by Mark Andrega, which I think... No, he didn't write the Oracle miniseries. That was one of the co-creators of Bloodshot wrote that, Kevin Von Hook. It was okay. It was weird. This is basically Bruce interacting with her. And so, of course, you have Jason Bard here, obviously. And now this is quite strange. You have Hawk and Dove here. You're thinking, wait, why is Hawk and Dove in the Oracle one-shot? Well, at the time this came out, DC had just brought back Birds of Prey. This is another one I tend to question why they call it Oracle. Why can't they call it simply Birds of Prey? Because she had a series published at this point in time, so why can't they call it that? I don't know. It's quite weird. And they have all these different people. Of course, Birds of Prey also included Manhunter, Kate Spencer, part of the team. So it's like the Birds of Prey are here, and they help out basically these criminals. Last one is a Rise a Go one. This is the most shocking one, but him having one shot kind of makes sense due to his connection with Bruce Wayne because of his daughter and his grandson. So him makes sense. Commissioner Gordon does make sense for one shot. I kind of wish the guy would get a series of his own. Raz, I believe this was actually his first of I think 2 ever one shots he had of his own. I think he did have a mini series dedicated to him, but one shot. Yeah, this is one of 2. This is my favorite this season. Now, kind of makes sense for him this season to do this one shot because he was Richard Ray to Red Robin, and he did wrote Roz be a supporting character book, so it makes total sense. But having Scott McDaniel in the artwork is interesting, because I love Scott McDaniel's artwork. Yeah, it just basically Roz just doing his own thing in Gotham City, running to Batman, fighting him, dealing with these various other things. Oop, come on, thank you. And that's kind of the trade in a nutshell. Yeah. Roz is the last one here. But in the case of 2 of these one-shots, in my honest opinion, they should be renamed. Like the Catwoman one. Because it featured Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn in the trade, in the issue. Why not just call it Gotham City Sirens? Yeah. Have Catwoman focus and just call that one. Commissioner Gordon doesn't have a problem with him having one shot, and same thing with Roz. At least those 2 make sense. But you probably think, okay, what about the Oracle one? The Oracle one, I think, should have been called Birds of Prey, because, literally put, it's a Birds of Prey. It's basically Batman interacting with the Birds of Prey, the new lineup, which... Surprisingly, the one-shot was not written by the writer of the book at the time, which was Gail Simone, believe it or not. Yes, Gail Simone wrote Birds of Prey Volume 2, and she didn't write this one-shot. I would have thought she would, but she didn't. Nope. But I do enjoy the Road Home stuff. It's really good. And, yeah. The Rosago was the last one. Now, what ranking do I give this particular trade? I give it a 9 out of 10, because I thought it would be really, really good. Not really bad issue per se. It's just questionable why they name certain things when they do, like the Catwoman one and the Oracle one. I think they should call those 2 what the titles were published in time, which were Gotham City Sirens and Birds of Prey. They should have called them that. But my guess is probably the reason they call them that because of their closest to Bruce Wayne. That's probably the reason for it. And of course, these one shots lead into Batman the Return, which basically had Bruce Wayne outed himself as the financer of Batman. Yes, he outed himself as one financing Batman, and this led to the creation of the Batman Corporate organization, which was awesome. Yeah. Good stuff here. Now, of course, basically, when I get back to Red Robin, obviously, I wanted to do this one before I did. Now, why I think it's to do with Rip Hunter, because of course of Rip Hunter's loose connection with this. The reason why, because Rip Hunter is kind of loosely responsible for helping Bruce Wayne returns to the present. So that's the simple reason why I included this trade here. Plus, basically, gets me a series of one-shots out the way for me. But when I get back... Now, there will be some books, basically... Red Robin will come in the future, definitely. But I felt as though I need a DC book. So, why not pick somebody that's loosely associated with Rip Hunter? Namely, the storyline. Which just comes right after the Return of Bruce Wayne, and then this, and then Batman Return. And then the awesome storyline that included Grant Morrison's time on Batman and Robin, which was an excellent storyline. I love it. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do this like button. Well, next up is going to be Is Return of the Dungeon and Hunter x Hunter. But first, I'm going to go out for a bit. I need to do a little bit of shopping, and I'll be right back to work on those two things. Okay? Thanks, you. Bye.